Hot Springs Village Inside Out is a closer look at the greatness of Hot Springs Village, Arkansas and the surrounding areas. People, places, experiences. Hot Springs Village is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Join me, Randy Cantrell, and my co-host Dennis Simpson as we engage in weekly conversations to explore Hot Springs Village Inside Out. Today's show is brought to you by Central Arkansas's favorite radio station, KVRE. Find them on the dial at 92.9 FM. Stream them live at kvre.com. RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village. The award-winning RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village is the largest real estate office inside the village with over 30 full-time agents and support staff. Visit them to learn more about this beautiful place to solve your real estate needs. Call them today at 1-800-364-9007. Find them online at explorehsv.com. They are RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village at 1-800-364-9007 or online at explorehsv.com. Ike Eisenhower State Farm. Ike and his award-winning team have been serving the insurance needs of folks all around Hot Springs Village since 1998. Ike has qualified for State Farm's President's Club, Chairman's Circle, and Hot Springs Village Insurance Agent of the Year. Call Ike Eisenhower State Farm today at 501-984-4100. That's 501-984-4100. Find them online at ikeeisenhower.net. Call them today for all your insurance needs because, like a good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower State Farm is there.
With Mr. David Drennan. David, haven't seen you in years, literally.
It's been years, yeah. We used to go to church together a long time ago, and a lot of time has passed since then. But
a day or two.
We haven't grown any older at all, from what
Luckily,
I can tell.
I think we look just like we did then.
I think so too. Yeah.
Ish.
As long as we agree on that, that's all that matters. Ish.
So now you're now in a group, and it's Unrevealed, not Unraveled, but
Unraveled.
Unraveled.
I see what you did there.
Okay, Unraveled.
We became Unraveled after being in a previous band. There's a funny story there. So the drummer and I, Rocco Blake, which you may remember, he played at the church we used to go to. Yeah, so he's our drummer. Rocco and I go way back. He and I have played together for about 27 years at a previous church. That long ago we met. Yeah, I was 3. And so I was playing bass. I'm kidding.
Goo Goo Gaga. Goo Goo Gaga.
Yeah. So actually my son was probably 3 at that time. But so we met and played at church for a while there, and then we both went to the other church where we met you, and we have just played bass and drums and sang together for years. Well, we were in a band. We started playing in 2010 with a band called Thread out of Little Rock, and we played with Thread for many, many years. And so when Thread, some things happened, still love the guys from Thread, but we just couldn't keep playing. And Rocco and I said, let's just start another band. We had a list of names a mile long. And my wife, Terry, she said, well, you guys were Thread and you became Unraveled. That's what you need to be. And we were like, ding, ding, ding. There it is. We are Unraveled.
People just don't know. Wives have the best ideas. I mean, really, they do. That's really no exaggeration. I'm the guy up front and I'm in front of the podcast and I'm on the bass. And what? Hey, that is a great idea, honey.
Exactly.
Nobody will ever know that, but it's a great idea.
No, I do try to give her credit because, like they say, what is it about every great band member is a great wife now or something like that.
Yeah, that's a lot of it. And a very understanding wife. So let me get this straight. So it's Saturday night gigging, Sunday night God Rock still, I guess. Yeah, no?
Yeah, something like that. I don't actually play at church anymore, but I do go to church and enjoy it. But I enjoy the just being a church member at this point. Yeah.
Sitting in the back.
Taking it all in.
You.
Yeah, I did years and years and years of the Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, lots of practices in between. And so I really do just enjoy the more easygoing. I say easygoing, it's work. What we do is work, and people don't realize it. But the load in and the load out is what we're working for. The fun stuff is the in between. The load in and the load out. Rocco, our drummer, always says, man, I should have been a harmonica player. You know, when he's carrying in all of those drums and that huge heavy equipment. Yeah, he's like, I should have been a harmonica player.
I think you should be a what is it, country western drummer? One snare, one hi-hat. Boom, boom,
that's all you need.
That's simple, right?
We could do that. Yeah,
you
we could do that.
So what are we going to hear? And I made a mistake here. We're going to be at the Beehive this coming Saturday night, right?
That's right. Yes, this Saturday night from, I think, 7 to 10, I think, are the Beehive hours. And we will be playing. So I'll give you a little bit of what Unraveled is all about.
Sure.
So we are a cover band. We do play classic rock covers and pop covers. So a lot of it we might call chick rock, because that is kind of fun to play the stuff that the chicks really dig, and they bring their boyfriends, and hopefully the boyfriends are like, oh, okay, well, we dig it too, because they're playing maybe ZZ Top or Bad Company, but we're throwing in there a little Maroon 5, maybe some Walk the Moon is a newer band. We do some Niall Horan, who used to be with some group, One Direction or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
My daughter may have heard of
some
them.
direction. Yeah.
So we do a song by Niall, which is really cool. So we have a wide variety of songs that we do from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and some current stuff. So what we like to say, you know, I gave you the true meaning behind what Unravel means, but we like to say when we get there, you guys, whoever's there, has been working all week or whatever you've been dealing with all week long, you're there Saturday night to unravel, and we're going to help you unravel from all the stress of whatever's happened in your life during the week and just have fun. So that's where I lay it down. And I'm like, we're going to have fun. And so party band, we like to party, but we really are we're dedicated to our craft. Everybody has played for years and years. Like I said, the drummer and I have been playing with each other for 28, something like that, years. We have, I'll give you the rundown. So my name's David Drennan. Rocco Blake is our drummer. Foster Hall is our newest addition to Unraveled, and he has played with a variety of different local bands from Canvas and Bad Habit. And then we have another new-ish guitarist named William Moore, who plays guitars and keys, and he's also an instructor at Little Rock Music Academy, where Rocco teaches drums. So those two guys met each other there. So we do have that. If anybody in the crowd is like, I want to learn to play an instrument, well, Rocco can play or teach drums, and William can teach you guitar. But so these guys, we were founded in 2018 by Rocco and I, and it was 4 guys, and two other guys were on guitars. We've had some lineup changes, but Rocco and I have been the rhythm section foundation through it all. And for a year now, right at a year, I think Foster's been with us at a year, and William's been with us about a year and a half. And we've just really locked in. And the guys that played with us before, no hard feelings. They had to move on and do some other things in their lives. We miss them, but we've really become a really tight unit with William and Foster. So, and William, you'll meet him Saturday night. He's a big, burly, bushy, bearded guy, but he was like, I've played guitar for years. He teaches it. He was like, I want to do some keys. You guys care if we add keys to this band? And I was like, because I did a little bass and keys. I'm no Geddy Lee, but I did a little at the same time. And he was like, I can take some of the pressure off for you. And I'm like, you go for it, man. Rock and roll. You take it. So now we've added a lot of keys. So we do, let's think a key heavy song might be Duran Duran, Hungry Like a Wolf. And he made it sound really nice. So we've got some really fun songs that we're looking forward to doing.
So the gist of this is, as I hear it here, is that somebody offered to take some load off you, and they're like, I've been waiting for this guy. I've been waiting for this offer, right?
Exactly.
And I'm going to make a joke, and then I'm going to come back to it. Okay. But, I wasn't going to bring up the fact that you play bass, because I wanted them to think you were a real musician. But
there it is.
No,
bass player jokes.
What people don't understand, what you and Ben Thomas, what people don't understand is that you say, well, bass and drums, what does that have to do? They are it. You can throw anybody else in front of the band. They can squeal and play and Sammy Hagar and whoever you want to be. But if you don't have that bass and the drums lined up, it will be mayhem, right?
Right. And I appreciate hearing somebody that understands that, because that's exactly what the bass and drums do, is they build the foundation for the rest of the instruments to help build the house on top of, but we've got to have that foundation or your house is not going to stand up. It sounds like a biblical reference, but musically it works. Yeah. That's the way it works.
And if you've ever, fellow musicians, you out there, if you've ever played with somebody, we had a drummer at one of our churches that was just a little bit off. And it was, and the bassist was rock solid, and it was excruciating. It was excruciating. He would be a little fast, he would be a little slow, and anyway,
it's noticeable. And I think a lot of people don't understand that what they're dancing to when they dance, they're really dancing to that bass line and that kick drum, bass drum. They're locked in tight, and that's something Rocco and we like to make sure we're called in the pocket. We're right there together in the pocket, and I am the lead singer, so I will say that I may not play a real instrument, but I do sing. I take most of the singing. What's the word I'm looking for? Most of the singing weight or load, but we do all take turns. So Rocco sings several songs, he's good, and Foster sings. William says that he doesn't want to sing, but I keep pressuring him. But one time he sang something at practice just as a joke, and I was like, dude, I know you can sing, so we're gonna ease him on into it at some point. But but we take turns singing leads, and we do a lot of background vocals. So that's something we've really been proud of, is working hard on our harmonies. So that's something
which let's be frank, typically cover bands, that's not what they work on. They work on making sure the beat's right, which it has to be, and the squealing guitar sounds about right. And you can't do ZZ Top unless you've got the squealing band, guitar.
Yeah.
But you want to hear the right vocals. You want to hear the bass and the drum. It needs to be a tight group. My stepson actually took lessons from Rocco. I mean, he's taught half the kids in the state. I mean, he's really
he taught my son. Yeah,
really.
Yeah, my son took drum lessons from him, and he's played at a couple of different church events and things before. So, but he's grown and has a 3-year-old son, as we talked about prior to pushing record. So he hasn't played in a while. But
so tell me this: what are you doing more at Life as We Know It? Last time we talked, it was a big telecommunications company, isn't it?
Well, I did work for Axiom for a few years, and then I worked for Merkle, which is a kind of the same thing, database. But I actually worked for Southwest Power Pool in my day job. So I work for SPP. We've managed the grid in 14 states for the electric power grid. So. But that's my Clark Kent, and so then I take off the Clark Kent and put on my Superman when I'm going to do the rock and roll.
Whoa! Well, and a quick word about SPP. It's one of the biggest, most important companies in the state that nobody knows anything about.
Yeah, exactly. Because you think that you just want to turn and flip a light switch on. There's so much that goes on behind.
There's so much behind that.
There really is. Yeah, there's a lot.
I'll digress for 30 seconds. Okay.
Sure.
Back before 9/11, I actually took a tour of the Lake Ouachita power plant. Okay,
I'm going to disappear for a second.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Sorry about that.
And so
Dog opened the door.
I'm at Blakely Mountain Dam, and I walk in, and the walls to the dam building are 2 foot thick, and there's two 42 megawatt generators there. And I said, how much power, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, yeah. He said, but we can make power instantaneously. And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, we go 0 to 60 seconds. He said, in 60 seconds, we can go from 0 to 84 million watts.
Wow.
And when you think about that, what is, but I mean, and then the water going out the lake, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like stunned. And he said, yeah, but Redfield, which you know a lot about, makes 850 million watts, but they start gearing up for 8 a.m. at 5:30 and 4 o'clock in the morning. So,
right. Yeah. There is some load up time that it takes to get the generators online. So yeah,
this is really funny because I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about how dependent your band is on electricity, and then I'm thinking, you know where it comes from.
Yeah, I know where it's coming from, and before I started working at SPP, I was just like the rest of the world. I just want to flip the light switch and it worked. But I understand a little bit more about it now, so that's really cool.
So let's recap here. We're at the Beehive.
Sure.
7 to 10 this coming Saturday night. But where are you going to be after that? Where's your next gig after that?
So we have a private function in Hot Springs at Camp. I'm going to say it wrong. Foster and his dad, Russell, got Camp Tanaco, something like that.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
So we've got a private, they're having their 75th anniversary. So we're going to celebrate that with them. So we're very excited to get to do that. And that's August 5th. And then August the 11th, we'll be in Conway at King's Live Music. We play there a lot. We love King's Live Music. So
that's kind of one of your regular venues.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we go there pretty regularly, a couple times, 3 times a year, and then after that we'll be back at Front Street Grill in Dardanelle, September the 8th, I believe, is that one. So yeah, we've been playing Central Arkansas as much as we can. We played Little Rock a lot more until places just started shutting down. We used to hit Cajuns all the time, and Weston Tavern. Thurston Howe was one of our stomping grounds, and these guys sadly have all shut down. So we're finding places to play, and thankfully the Beehive, we were able to get in there earlier this year. We played there once already, April the 15th, had a really good showing. I think we were the first big band that played for the owners that just sold it to, is it Tamara? So we haven't met Tamara yet, but I'm really looking forward to meeting her, and we're excited for this opportunity to be there. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun. So
I can tell you right now, we're looking forward to having you guys as regulars. I can tell you already, I know the kind of quality you do, David. This is not a problem.
Thanks, man.
And I also know the fine folks, there's Diane and I know this sounds stupid, but I mean, we're in the Village. Hello, right? Yeah. That's what the show's about. And we're maybe 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes from Russellville. And it's a great little getaway. Nobody knows us there. And not like we're famous, but I mean, nobody knows us there. And the music scene and the bars, the restaurants there, it's really cool. And I know the Dardanelle place you're talking about. It's awesome. It's surprisingly good. And I find it interesting that the downtown locations in Little Rock have kind of faded away, and the satellites are kind of
outlier. Right. Yeah. Some of these outlying Central Arkansas towns really have some good venues. So we're excited to get to be a part of this scene and get to play, at these places, and hopefully get a name for ourselves and get some following. Conway's been really good to us. I do have to give a shout out to our biggest fan who started coming seeing us in Conway, but Holly Roper on Facebook. You are the best. She comes to every show in Conway that she can make. She's come to a couple outside of Conway just because she like started telling all her friends to come, and we just got this following in Conway because of her. So I cannot say thank you enough to our biggest fan, Holly. So
that's what you get. That's what you get for playing chick rock. Next thing you know, I mean, let's face it, David. Besides musicians, we're the guys that stand in the back and tap our foot and go, yeah. And when the girls are out there dancing, we're like, okay, they're having a great time. Somebody's going to drag me out there for a few minutes, and then I get to come back to my corner.
Like
one
I
of
said,
the two.
When we start playing Duran Duran, or we start playing Rick Springfield, Jesse's Girl, or we start playing Bryan Adams, or there's this song called Shut Up and Dance. That's like the song. It's Shut Up and Dance, and they get out there and they dance, And then we do have the rock stuff that, the dudes like me are going to love when the guitarists are shredding. We do Hotel California. I'm going to tell you, Foster and William have worked up those lead solos on Hotel California. It's phenomenal. We do another one by Bad Company where there's like that dual guitar solo thing going on. Can't Get Enough of Your Love. So there's some really good, fun guitar stuff too. So it's not all chick rock, but you gotta like throw a little bit of this and that in there, and we do some songs we do just for us.
We don't care if you like this song. We love it. We love the song. You're going to like it eventually.
Yeah, we had a venue we played at where we did a very deep track of Queen called Dragon Attack, and we rocked it. And somebody came up after and was like, man, was that an original? I love that. I'm like, no, that was Queen.
There was a guy named Freddie Mercury that sang it the first time. It wasn't us. You may have heard of him, Freddie Mercury.
Right. So, but we picked that one because it has such a great groove that we just thought, hey, that's fun to play. Let's just do it and see what happens. Little did we know somebody would think, man, was that original? So, but we actually have some original songs in our repertoire, but we have not done them lately. So that is something we've talked about, is pulling some originals back out in the future. So,
well, let me throw out a deep track request. Okay. You're not going to see this one coming. It was recorded by Travis Tritt. It was never recorded by Richard Marx, who wrote it. You take me home, but you never take me dancing. And Leadbelly did it with Richard Marx. I will send you the video. All I've got is like a YouTube, a cell phone capture, but it's one of the funkiest. I mean,
really?
Oh yeah.
I'm interested. I've not heard it, so
never take me dancing. Yeah,
we can't take that request this Saturday night. That's a little slim on practicing, but let us listen to it and see what we can do. Oh, by the way, we do We do that. Yeah.
Really?
My guys are all like, yes, we are a weekly practice band. We practice every Sunday.
Really?
Our goal is to get up there and be tight. And it kind of, I will say this for if people, are going to come and see us, we aren't much of a request jam band because we are polished. And so we take pride in, like, we practice to these songs. And if you give us a request and put it in that tip jar, if we know it, sure, we'll play it. If not, we'll learn it and bring it back next time. So
we'll see you in 2 or 3 months, but not tonight.
It depends. There's been a couple times people have asked for stuff and we're like, yeah, we can pull that one off. It's just, some people throw out stuff that's like, oh no, we have to learn that.
Yeah. We're going to have to pull that one out of the bag. But I want to tell you, Condoleezza Rice. Okay.
Yeah.
Condoleezza Rice, famous politician, world traveler, wonderful lady. Think the world of her. Concert pianist.
Oh, yeah.
She said she did not get good until she had 10,000 hours in.
Oh, wow.
Now let that sink in. Yeah, and what I didn't understand
huge.
was, and this is 10,000 hour rule. It's not something she thought of. It's a deal.
Mm-hmm.
When you started your job, whatever you're doing today, IT programming, whatever I do, whatever it is, the first 3 or 4 years, you're still kind of learning. But after that 5th year, nothing's new. You've seen it all.
Right.
You know what this progression is. You know what that's going to be. You got your 2,000 hours a year, roughly 5 years, 10,000 hours. You got your time in, right? I think you probably have your 10,000 hours in, don't you, David?
Yeah, we've been, like I said, Rocco and I have been doing this for 28 plus years together. And Rocco's been playing for longer than that. He's been playing literally since he was 3. And I'm not going to divulge his age, but he's been playing for a long time. And actually, I'll props to Rocco. He lived in California and he was on the circuit for a while. And he did actually tour in ladies with Joe Cocker. So he has a little bit of actual professional touring with a pretty big name at the time. And so that's the kind of caliber that Rocco is on the drums. So I can appreciate that. And we have people all the time come up and say, y'all's drummer's like amazing. So shout out to my buddy Rocco. He's the best.
Do you not remind them that the bassist is pretty amazing too? Because I think you need to.
That's a given, so I don't feel like I have to say it.
When was the last time you heard a sucky bassist, huh? Yeah, you can't do that.
Oh, man, let's not go there.
Well, I tell you what, one other thing I wanted to hit, we're going to have it in the links below, but that is the Unraveled band. Is that right? Is that your links and media?
I don't think it's got a V in front of it, but
it's just Unraveled band.
Yeah. At Unraveled Band LR, I believe. So Facebook, I think, has the at Unraveled Band LR, and Instagram, so they're linked together.
So just do a search on Unraveled Band, you'll find it.
You should be able to find us on Facebook, Instagram. We're not on any other social media at the time or at the moment, but we are trying to get bigger. And William, who offered to do the keyboard, has offered to also kind of do some social media content stuff. So we'll see what happens.
No, that's the problem. You volunteer, and next thing you know, you volunteer, and now it's your job. You did it once.
We're just going to be like, hey man, quit shouting me out like that.
And now I got to sing, and now I play the keyboards, and now I got to. David, as always, my friend, it has been a blast. Great catching up with you.
You too. Thanks a lot, Dennis. I appreciate you inviting us on the show.
We're going to see you Saturday night, and we'll play part of this on the radio Saturday morning to remind everybody to come out to the Beehive Saturday night, 7 p.m. Odds are you better call and get a reservation, my friends.
Yes, that's a definite. I know that.
Yeah. Thanks, David. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching and listening to Hot Springs Village Inside Out, a weekly podcast starring Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. Visit the website at hotspringsvillageinsideout.com.